No, you have to agree. He's coming for a lot of criticism in the last couple of seasons, and a lot of it rightly so at times. He's made mistakes, and you get criticised for that. But today, and I think the way that they set up helped him. Three at the back, three centre backs. They packed out the middle of the pitch. We'll look at that later on the touch screen here. But they played with a defensive security. There was a stability about the way they played. They're composed defensively, and what they had, which was brilliant tactically from Arteta, is that they had a sharp edge on the counter-attack. When they went forward, minimal times, yes, over the course of the game, because they were pushed back, but when they went forward, they looked like a team very dangerous and capable of scoring, and they got two very good goals.
Absolutely. I think we need to find a way to get Robin over to the UK so we can get him to Wembley for the final, because Arsenal are in the final, a record 21.
Kel, that's a fantastic week. You've beaten the champions, you've beaten the FA Cup holders, you're into a final. A very satisfying night.
I am extremely happy and proud about our players, and I'm very sad that we cannot enjoy this moment with our fans, that they could enjoy watching the team. Absolutely, that's what you need against this team. You have to try to give the best when you have the opportunities, make the most of them, and when you have periods when you have to defend, put everybody on the line. You know, I think we were really well organized. You know how hard it is. For me, it's the best team in Europe, the way they play positionally. But we did our job. We knew we were going to have the chances in some moments, and we take them.
And they knew it was going to be tough, but they seem to enjoy it. Those high fives in the defensive line after tackles.
There is a great chemistry between them, and they really believe in what we are trying to do, and you can sense that. And they deserve. They've done it. I went on the pitch, so congratulations to them.
And since we're talking about mentality, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang missed a really easy chance, and then moments later he tucks one away. That's what true strikers do.
And you could sense in the second half, it was moments that he was going back to, okay, I'm going to start, and then he changed his mind again, and he was focused to take the opportunity the way he can do it.
It wasn't a perfect performance. In the first half you had some lost possession that could have caused you problems, got away with it.
They are really good on the high press, as we are as well. We provoked the same situation in their box, and we could have scored, but we gave the ball away in very dangerous situation. Even after regaining the ball, this second pass as well, they are really good in that transition moment. But look, the first goal that we scored, it was fantastic as well.
After the Liverpool result, you said there was an enormous gap between you and that top club, and obviously City would be in a similar bracket, but there are signs of something starting here if you get the help, yes?
Yes, absolutely, and there are some things, part of those gaps in certain aspects that we are trying to close down. Still a big margin.
Well, enjoy the final.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I think they need to look down the back of the sofa, Robin, and find some money for that man, don't they?
Yes and no. You know, I'm not a big believer of just spending big because everyone says so. You know, I think he should give, like he just mentioned in his interview as well, credit to the players who did it. They did it. Of course, they are doing it together. But from the coach's point of view, he should look at the players who are really performing well. And don't just buy a big star on that position because everyone wants to see a big signing or whatever.
To score, and we have to be mature to understand which level we are in the process. We are in the process, in a good process. We have amazing coach. He wants to bring us the best football for this club, but it's not 0 to 100. We have to understand that day by day. We are improving. The spirit was great, and I'm happy for the team because this team deserved that.
You had to soak up a lot of pressure at the back. Pierre-Emerick got the goals, but there was a lot of good defending going on back there.
Yes, I think all the team defended. It's not just the last line or the goalkeeper. I think the team understood now the modern football. Everybody has to defend, everybody has to fight, everybody has to have the spirit, everybody has to play every ball 100%. So I'm happy with this.
And that first goal was a team goal. 10 players involved in it, 18 passes. That's the kind of football you want.
That's why I say it's part of the process. We could do more this in the game, so it would be maybe easier to keep more the ball and don't run a lot like you did. But the other team is, like I said, he is miles away in front of us. But we was humble, so when you play, also we can hurt the opponent, and we did it.
And what a different story to the Premier League game against Manchester City just after the restart, where there was a lot of criticism of Arsenal's spirit, a lot of criticism of the defending. You've turned it round tonight.
A lot of criticism on me, no? You can say that.
And you as well. Yes, absolutely.
I think it's part of the football. I understood during my career, football is about survive. So every day you're gonna defend your team, and the other people they're gonna support the different teams. So it's about survive. So was what I did. I think I was working hard every single day. After my mistakes, I took the blame. I was mature enough to understand that, and I was also humble to work more and to work more for the team.
And now you're going to the final.
Yes, we have a final to play this season. We're gonna try to win a title for this club, because this club, I always say, deserves to shine again.
Well said, thank you.
My pleasure.
Redemption. Aubameyang will get the headlines. Aubameyang got the goals. We cannot skirt over the Arsenal defensive performance today, because if there's one thing that you and your fellow pundits have really criticised heavily and quite rightly at times over the last few years, it's Arsenal defensively. They were solid today.
Yeah, that's the area where they've always let themselves down. That's been their Achilles heel for many a year. But today, against a fantastic Manchester City team, they performed perfectly. I think he was a standout performer. Every cross that came into the box, he was the man on the end of it most of the time, heading, putting his body on the line. And we all know on the ball he's a fantastic passer when he gets the opportunity. He sets up Aubameyang for that great chance, but defensively today he didn't put a foot wrong. And I must stress, when he plays in a free at the back, he done it under Conte as well at Chelsea, he looks a much better player. With that, you get extra security of numbers in terms of having two other defenders immediately alongside you as a centre-back. And it decreases the amount of space between you, so you have to cover as much ground as one player. So it is easier for him, but you can't take anything away from him. He was fantastic today.
And you only win a game with a clean sheet if you score goals, and he did that to
keeper's legs, a fantastic finish. I mean, Mikel Arteta has to take huge credit. The way he set them up today, you can't come through the middle, go wide, and we will hurt you on the counter.
Go on, Robin.
Real. What I like as well is that just before he actually takes his shot, he has a quick look. 9 out of 10 strikers don't really do that. So he still, even when he's under pressure, the defender is coming in, he still has that look to see if someone else, his colleague, is more open to score the goal.
Do you think he's looking like that? Do you think he's looking like that to put the goalkeeper off, even as well?
Ooh, well, could be interesting, but in my opinion, he's looking there to see if Lacazette is free, if he's open to pass the ball to, and then in like a split second, he decides to take the shot because he's in a better place to take the shot. But most strikers don't really find the time to have that look.
And it's so important, kind of talent and this kind of experience to go along with the youth. That's where you find true success.
Yeah, but as well, you could see as well that today they were connected, from the strikers till the keeper. They were all doing a job every single moment of the game. And we talked about that a couple of weeks ago when they weren't connected. Today they played like a champion. And like you said as well, they beat Liverpool, they beat City now. You know, if they can stay this, if they can keep on playing this way, game after game, then they can really compete for the title again.
He had the early miss, didn't he, Aubameyang? And at the time, we've got an excellent stats guy called Joel, and you said, Joel, what's his record like against the Big Six? And it wasn't as good as it was against the sides towards the bottom, perhaps understandably, because you're playing against better players. But he's certainly put these kinds of numbers to bed a little bit today, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of the time we look at the stats, and even as when I was playing, you've done the same thing. Does he score against the bigger teams? What's he like? Is it a mental thing? And I think today he would have dispelled any rumours or any people's thinking, oh, he doesn't do it against a big team. Today was a big game at Wembley, FA Cup semi-final. Aubameyang came up with the goods.
And the two goals were so different, Robin, weren't they?
Yes, yeah, but very classy, especially this one. 18 passes, everyone involved. This is a dream as a coach. As a coach, this is what you want. Everyone is confident on the ball. This touch I like. This pass is with confidence, you know. And then everyone is alive. Everyone is ready to attack, you know. And a beautiful pass from Pepe. And this finish is unreal. It's out of this world. It's such a difficult ball to take it the way he did it. It's wow. It's amazing.
It was a great ball. I mean, sometimes you look at a cross like that, and there isn't much you can do as a defender. You can pick your holes in goals and say about defenders, he could have done this. That ball from Pepe just absolutely took it to finish, and he done it with aplomb.
And interesting that straight away the conversation on social media has turned to, give Mikel Arteta some money to spend. It just so happens that in the week when he talks about having no money, he goes and manages to beat both Liverpool and Manchester City, and maybe now, you're still in the Champions League, you've still won the League Cup, and you've made it to an FA Cup semi-final. Let's not be too negative.
Jay, no, thank you so much. Thank you so much, because there's a lot of narrative in the media, a lot of journalists, a lot of pundits that have decided that City have had a terrible season. It's a testament to the high standard we've set ourselves. We've already won a trophy this year. We finished second to an awesome Liverpool team. I think we were unlucky tonight. Arsenal were immaculate, but we have still got the Champions League, so the season's not over yet. But congrats to Chris and all the Arsenal fans. I gave it the big one before the game, but I hope they do well.